Hello everybody. So once again, I recorded a video and I didn't like the way that it turned out. Today I realized that there's something much more pressing that I wanted to say. So originally I recorded a video of what Grindr profiles really mean. It was kind of based off of a video that I made for work, but I realized that most of my frustrations I couldn't really get out unless I just said them. So I'm gonna say them. I'm not going to move the camera, but right now I am standing in sexy Hugo Boss underwear right now. I'll leave that to your imagination. I'm sorry in advance. Because I was going to go hook up with a guy who seemed nice and was, visiting in a 5-star hotel, which is also, very nice. Who wouldn't say no to hooking up in a 5-star hotel? And then it turns out that there's like literally zero parking. Like it's such a bougie area that you can only get valet for getting restaurants, and I didn't know that you could get valet like at a hotel even though you were visiting. Like there were no signs that were indicating any of that to me, and he didn't tell me, he wasn't very clear about like where I could go. Like I was very unfamiliar with the area, even though it's technically my area per se. So I had to leave. Like that's literally the only option that I had in my head. Like he told me that I could have done the valet with a hotel, but I didn't know. Like I don't go to bougie hotels. I don't do hotels I usually don't do hotels because I'm poor. And then I told him like, hey, like if you want to meet up with me, like why don't you just like get an Uber and go to my place? Like I gave you the information to my place. And then he goes on about like how he doesn't like going to hotels with no door people. Like, is there a more privileged thing that you can say that you don't like going to places that don't have doormen there? Like, holy shit. Like, this is just a huge string of really shitty and awful experiences that I've had all in a row with men that I've met online. I talk to people all the time that will stop talking to me if I don't send them a dick pic. People that will stop talking to me if I don't send a nude to them. And people that will stop talking to me if I tell them that I don't like doing anal on the first date. Yes, we're going there. And there are people that stop talking to me when I tell them that I want protected oral sex, because I've heard multiple stories of people that got diseases from oral. And so like, it's just like so many levels that a guy apparently has to pass in order to be normal enough for me. Like, I honestly don't think I'm asking for too much. Like, so many, like, and like, just today, I was talking to another guy that was like, I don't see the point of having sex without doing anal or unprotected oral. Is your idea of what enjoyable sex is really that limited to being, like, solely penetrative and unprotected? Like, that's really weird, I think. Like, I just don't understand why so many men's perceptions of what sex is supposed to be so limited, and also just, like, how entitled they can feel sometimes. The fact that gay men are able to just instantly access to like a bunch of men through dating apps. It puts the idea that men that are not them are disposable, which I think is really awful. Like I've been hurt and stood up so many times. Like they're men. I've also talked to men that are bad at scheduling. Like it's so frustrating. Like I'm not even looking for a relationship. Like relationships are a whole nother animal, don't get me started. But just like hooking up with a guy has become such a fucking ordeal. Like, I've honestly reached a point where I honestly feel like I need therapy just because of all the awful shit that I've gone through, like, in the past 2 weeks with men. Like there are men that are apparently so busy and don't have their lives together enough to even, like, text me once throughout the day. Like, this is the point that we've reached. If you're also in the same predicament I am, please let me know. Let's commiserate together. I'm sorry that this is another rant video. I was trying to make comedy for you guys, but apparently that didn't work out. So thank you so much for listening to me. And like, don't get me wrong, like I'm still gonna be on all my dating apps. Like I'm not like leaving them. Like I'm still a thirsty bitch. I'll see you guys later. Bye.